All right. Good morning, everyone. Good afternoon, I guess. Today is the 24th day of April, 2013. It is Wednesday. Let's see. Let's go over the results to start with, okay? We had plus 10 ticks on the Russell, minus 12 ticks on gold, plus 16 ticks on soybeans, plus 1 tick on crude oil, and minus 8 ticks on copper. All right. I'll go over the spreadsheet here for you in just a minute. It took us 75 minutes. Let me just bring the spreadsheet up. I wrote it all down this morning, or I typed it all in this morning. All right, to get our 2 points, it took us 75 minutes and 8 trades this morning. We were at plus $110 per contract at that time. We had a total of 12 trades today. All right, so far on the month, we are plus $3,895 a contract on 170 trades. That is in 16 trading days. Okay, 16 trading days. We took a couple of days off this month. Let's see, so the results, as I said, on the soybeans we were plus 16, on the Russell we were plus 10, on crude oil we were plus 1, gold we were minus 12, and on copper we were minus 8. Okay, on copper we were minus 8. That is where we stand. You can see the markets that we made the most money on so far this month. The Russell 2000 is where we made the majority of our money this month, $1,760 a contract there. Gold was next at $1,150, then crude oil, then soybeans. We had minus 8. Yeah, okay, so soybeans and the other markets over here, the yen and copper, and that they're about equal. Okay, not traded a whole bunch. So that's where we stand on the month, plus $3,895 per contract. Now, if you have not taken a free trial with us, go to www.cfrn.net/apply, sign up for the free trial. In the free trial, you get 5 business days, 5 luxurious business days in our live trading room. Now, when you sign up for the free trial, you'll be sent an email that shows you how to download everything, that shows you how to download the charting platform, how to download the indicators. Once you have the indicators installed from the indicator store, let me just go over that really quickly for you. In case anybody doesn't know how to do it, I just right-clicked on the chart. That's what I did. I right-clicked, I went to indicators. Down at the very bottom it says indicator store. Then another window is going to pop up somewhere for you. For me, it pops up way over on that other monitor. At the bottom of the indicator store, there's a thing here that says CFRN indicator set. You right-click on that, left-click on install. Okay, that's all you have to do. Once you get that, once you get that green check mark next to it, that means it's installed. It's going to prompt you to then log off and log back on to DT Pro. All right, it's really a pretty simple process. You just log off, log back on. Then you will have the indicators over here on the side in a thing called CFRN. All the indicators will be in here. All right. The indicators that I use on my charts are this one, CFRN, the CFRN. You click on that, it'll come up like this. You don't need to do anything, just put it on. That's all 3 of these lines on the price channel. On the price chart. The next thing you do is you go to CFRN, then CF Slingshot, like that. All right. You don't need to do anything. It'll put it down there at the bottom. You got to make sure that this is checked. It should be checked by default. Okay, it should be checked by default. That is going to put it down at the bottom. If it is not checked, you need to check it. Otherwise, it's going to try to put it up here where price is, and it'll throw the scaling off. And you'll be left with a flat line. Okay? So make sure that this is checked when you apply the CF Slingshot. All right? Simple as that. And then your charts will look just like mine. Once you've done that, you can go to File, Save Template, and give the template a name. Call it something. I call this one CFRN. See, pretty straightforward since we are CFRN. And then you can go to another chart like this one over here. See, this one is named copper. But if I wanted to apply the same indicators as the CFRN, I would just click on CFRN here. Okay. Go to File, Apply Template, and choose CFRN, and it would apply the CFRN template, like this one. Or if I wanted to apply the copper template, I would choose copper, and it would change it to the copper template. Okay, you see how it just changed the name up there? Now it's going to take it a second to load this thing, but it'll change it to the copper template. It's pretty close to the same thing as the CFRN template. See, that's the copper template. And to change it back, you go apply template, back to CFRN. Okay, pretty straightforward. Now once that loads up, I'll go through the trades. Okay, I just wanted to quickly go through that because I know I don't show these things in here on this recap very often, and I know there's a lot of people in here that have questions about these sorts of things in the beginning. Okay, so that's it. Now let's move on to the trades. Okay, on the Russell, not the Russell, on crude oil. This is crude oil. We had crude inventories come out today. Now the crude was, well, it had some decent trades today, but I only took, I think I took one, right? One crude trade. This was my one crude trade right here. We had the bullish cross, a test to the BBC with an up close with blue on the cycle. I got long in here. Once it closed up above the MA1, I moved my stop to break even plus a tick. It came back and took me out at break even plus a tick. All right. It moved up, I don't know, 5 or 6 ticks from the entry. And then it turned around and came back down. There were more entries in here on the crude. I didn't take them in here. This was going into the high of the day. That's why I didn't take that one. This dropped down. This was going into the high of the day again over here. I didn't take that one. Okay, Bert. I gotcha. Yeah, there were more opportunities during the day. I didn't take any of them. I took that one trade there on crude this morning. If we scroll back here, it was pretty choppy in here in the morning, right at the open, for the first half an hour or so. Then there were some opportunities in here. Not a lot of room to run once it closed up above the trend line here. The green line was almost in the cycle, so there wasn't much room to run in there. But crude didn't give a whole bunch of opportunity today, and that's why I only had one trade on it. All right, I'm going to jump over to the Russell next. The Russell we had quite a few trades on. Well, I show 4 trades on the Russell. There they are. Oh, 5 trades. 5 trades on the Russell. Hang on, I got to go back and update my spreadsheet. 5 trades on the Russell. We had 13 trades today. Hold on. Okay. The very first trade we took right out of the gate here, we lost. We got a losing trade on that one. The next one, right over here, we got all that back plus a tick. All right. After that, there were a bunch of trades in here we missed. There was one there, nothing there, but there was nothing in here. There was one right over here we missed on the short side. There were a bunch of trades that we missed in here on the Russell, and there were a bunch of trades that we got too. We missed this one. We took this and we ended up getting a break even on it. We took this and we got some profit. I don't know how much. I think 5 ticks profit on that. We took this and we got some profit on that too to bring us up to plus 10 ticks. I think this was the last one that we took. We ended up missing this trade. We tried to get in it, but we missed it. I think we tried to get in that, and we ended up missing that one too. It turned around and went in the other direction. I didn't want to take this trade right in here because it was going sideways right in here. We had lower highs and higher lows. It was going sideways right in here. All the markets. That was right at the end of the morning session. All right. Since then, well, it's been a little choppy in here. There hasn't been a lot of movement one way or the other. All right. That is the Russell. We ended the Russell plus 10 ticks. Now gold. We traded gold this morning a few times. I just wanted to see if gold was tradable, and it turns out it's not. It wasn't terribly tradable anyway. Our first trade on gold was right in here. We went long right in here, and we took some profit here. We were up on gold at that point. The next trade we took on gold was right over here. We took a down close off the BBC. That stopped us out, minus 8 ticks. The next trade we took, we missed this one in here, and we took this one in here. That also stopped us out, minus 8 ticks. So we're plus 4 here, minus 8 here, minus 8 here. Minus 12 total on the gold today. Okay, we missed more trades. There was a losing trade right here, a winning trade here, a winning trade here. Let's see, another winning trade in here. Another winning trade over here. You would have been looking to get long way over here. I think that would have been another winning trade and another winning trade right in here. Okay. On the short side, there was a winning trade here, here, and in here. But gold was really, really jumpy. Okay, so I just put it aside and stopped trading it. The reason I brought copper into the picture is because I wanted to have another metal to trade, another metal commodity to trade, and okay, I see, Frank. Right in here, you mean? I wanted to have another metal commodity to trade, and copper, it performed really well when I was looking at it the other night, and I was just applying all the same stuff to it. It goes a little slower. It's got about half the volume of gold, so it goes a little slower. Okay, that's why I brought copper into the picture. Let's see, on the NQ, I had pointed out some trades on the NQ this morning as well. Right in here, a short trade. In here, a long trade. A short trade here. Now, I'm not going through all the exact trade setups. You know, if you've been here for a while, you know how to do all this. If you haven't been here for a while and this is all new to you, what you need to take away from this is that we're doing the exact same thing on every single market that we trade. We have one set of indicators. We have one time frame. We have two trade setups that we use. They're basically the same trade setup. One is just a continuation trade, and one is you wait for the pullback. Now, both of them you wait for a pullback, but one you grab it with momentum. The other is you wait until it hits the BBC. Now, all that said, I want you to take away from this that we're using the same time frames, the same indicators, the same trade setup on every single market that we trade. Okay, so it may seem like there's a lot going on in here, but there's really not that much. Once you figure out the trade setup, it's really pretty straightforward. You know, you pick your markets, you trade those markets, and that's it. That's all there is to it. You know, we don't jump around to different time frames. We don't have different trade setups for different time frames. We don't do those sorts of things. Okay? Now, let's see. We have in here, what was this? The NQ. I was just going back to show you where some trade setups were on the NQ. There were a bunch of them in here that I didn't pick, but I picked all these that were happening in the live trading room when they were happening. Okay? And I know there were some more. I know there was one in here that lost somewhere. There was one losing trade in here. Oh, I've gone into yesterday now. But I know we had one losing trade this morning, or one trade that I picked that just did not go in the direction that I had chosen. This one, right here. All right, that totally turned around and went the other way. But you know what? You're risking 8 ticks on it. You know, you easily got 8 ticks there and there. You lost 8 there, but you know, you made it back easily over here and here. And you know, again in here probably. There's just a ton of opportunity with all these different markets. Okay. Let me jump over here to soybeans, because we made a couple of trades on soybeans this morning. We missed a couple and we made a couple. Now the first thing we did on soybeans was we shorted right in here on a down close below this trend line. All right. The down close below this trend line, we shorted. It pulled back quite a ways. It almost stopped us out, and then it advanced 3 cents in our favor. All right, we tried to get in it right here when it closed down below that trend line, but we missed it. And we tried to get in it again here, but we missed that one. We did finally get in on this one. We put a sell stop in on this one, and we got in at 47 even, 1347 even, and we took 4 more ticks off of that down to 1346. It had gone from 1347 all the way down to 1344, 1344 and a half for a 10-tick gain. We ended up only getting 4 ticks out of that, unfortunately. Let's see, we were looking for more opportunity here, but we ran out of time in the live trading room. There was one more spot right over here on the soybeans where you could have traded it. The down close off the BBC with bearish divergence in a red cycle right there. Okay. That is something we're going to discuss in the partners meeting. You see that? I'm not moving my mouse right now. You see how that's moving around? Anyway, that's something, Gary, the extra line over there on the copper is something we're going to discuss in the partners meeting. Okay. Let's see, on the soybeans, we had that opportunity right here, and there was just another one actually right here on the down close. Okay, right there on the soybeans. Okay. All right. That was the soybeans. On the ES, there were some trades on the ES this morning. There was a long trade right in here that worked out well. Another long trade that followed up right here that did not work out well. A short trade over here. Well, that was going into the zone, so we weren't really looking at that for an opportunity because it was going into the weekly trading zone. Then we don't really have anything over here for divergence. So we had a win and a loss there on the ES that came together this morning. Okay. Not a lot happening there. On the copper, we took 2 trades on copper today. This one right here ended up losing. Now, from the beginning, when it got us in, it went up, but it only went up 3 ticks, not enough for me to move my stop to break even. Then it turned around and stopped me out. I missed the shorting opportunity after it stopped me out right there. Then it turned around and went long. On this one, it moved up pretty quickly. I moved my stop up, and it took me out at break even. It did end up going up. We had the direction right. It just ended up stopping me out at break even first. Now over here, on this one right here, it dropped right through. Why did I have this circled? It dropped right through the BBC and didn't give an opportunity over there. On the short side right now, as a matter of fact, on the copper, it's got a shorting opportunity right now. Okay, right there at 316 and a quarter on the copper. 316 and a quarter is a shorting opportunity. I'm actually trying to put that trade on right now. Okay, and I just filled on it. All right, so that was the copper. Now the euro, we were down 8 ticks on copper. 2 trades, down 8 ticks. We lost the first one, which could break even on the second one. Okay, on the euro, we didn't take any trades on the euro, but there were some nice trades that set up here. Okay, in the pre-market, right in here, you had your bearish cross, tested the BBC with a down close and bearish divergence. So there was a spot right here. There was a follow-up trade on that right over here if you wanted to take it. There was a second follow-up trade, a third trade altogether right in there. And then once the U.S. markets opened up, there was a long trade right in here on that up close right there. Okay, and that was pretty much it. That was it on the euro. So we had plenty of opportunity there today between the euro, the ES, the soybeans, the NQ, gold, even though gold kicked my butt this morning, the Russell, and crude oil. There was that's why I was going to take a picture of that. That's why I circled that. Thanks. Would I distinguish a continuation setup? You bet. I will. This right here is a continuation setup. All right. When you're using the trend line, that's a continuation setup. All right. If it's bouncing off the BBC and the cycle is red, that's using the trend line. Okay. Let me just bring the picture up for you. Here's the picture. Okay. If you look over here on the short side, you look for the step 1 is the cross of the MA1 below the BBC. Step 2 is price pulls away from the BBC. So you had step 1 right here, step 2 right there. Step 3 is it came up and tested the BBC and gave a down close. That's step 3. Step 4 is bearish divergence with a red cycle. Okay? You see? Just like in the picture. Bearish divergence with a red cycle. Okay, so the entry on that one was right here at 1348.75. Okay, and you see it did pull back up to 1349, so you would have filled on that. The next one, when it started to move down, the next one, there was so much momentum on the downside that it didn't pull all the way back up. Hang on, I'm trying to bring my other picture over. That it didn't pull all the way back up to the BBC. You see right over here on this picture? So you have to draw the trend line up. This is a continuation trade. Okay? This is a continuation trade. You have to draw the trend line up the bottoms like that. And you look for a confirmation of a close on the other side of the trend line in the direction of the trend. If you're looking to go short, you want a down close on the other side of the trend line. Once you get that down close, that's a continuation trade. You still want to have divergence down here. The cycle does not have to be red, but you still want to have divergence. Okay, like right here, for instance, it's setting up again. There's the trend line. Here's your divergence. Okay. Here's your divergence. So you need a down close. On a down close, you can enter short. That is a continuation trade. Okay, the high is 1344.75. If the high stays in place, the low of this bar is going to be 1343.75. 1343.75. So if you just wait for it to close down, you can put an order on there at 1343.75, or look to get in when it gives the down close. Look to get in at 1343.50 maybe, if you want. Okay, as long as the high stays in place, that's what should happen here. All right, simple as that. All right, with that, guys, I'm gonna mention to you all, if you have not taken the free trial, go to www.cfrn.net/apply, sign up for the free trial. If you have taken the free trial and you want to become a partner, just send us an email at support@cfrn.net, and we'll send you off all the information required to become a partner. There's a partners meeting tomorrow night. If you are currently on the free trial and you want to get into that partners meeting tomorrow night, find out how you could have gone short right over here. How and why you would have gone short right over here instead of looking for the long trade. If you want to do that, get into the partners meeting tomorrow night. Then, take care of the paperwork. You should have an email in your inbox that says how to become a partner. If you do not have that email in your inbox right now, then send us a quick email at support@cfrn.net, and we will get it out to you. All right. With that, I'm going to wrap up the recording. Wait, there was one more. Can you have either bearish or bullish divergence on a down trade? You got to have bearish divergence on the down trade. It's got to be bearish divergence. Okay, the cycle doesn't have to be red, but it's got to be bearish divergence. Okay. All right. I think that's all the questions. James, I see your request. I will try to do that for you. And that's it. I'm going to wrap it up, and